In this week's episode, we put the focus back on the potato market and discuss why we are expecting the average price to stay sideways over the next 2 months. We also take a look at price movements of other major fruit and vegetables on the markets as usual. All in this week's episode, so make sure to stay tuned. Welcome to this week's AMT John Deere Fruit and Veg Overview, proudly brought to you by John Deere, Zimmatic by Lindsay, and Halfway Toyota. Remember to like and subscribe to these videos. As usual, we first look at oil prices and see that they remained at a relatively lower level over the past week, currently trading at $82.78 per barrel. It seems that OPEC may maintain production cuts for the rest of this year, and there are still concerns about lower demand from China, which is still struggling to revive its economy at the moment. The rand continues to strengthen and is trading at 18.38 rand per US dollar at the moment. Economic growth and inflation in America seem to be stagnating, which could cause possible interest rate cuts soon. This could also be good news for us towards the end of this year, as interest rates may also follow it downwards. The past week we saw the average national potato price increasing slightly to 54.31 per 10 kg. Mondials traded on 52, Cifras on 57 and Lenormand's on 54 rand, with the average price on the Joburg market coming in at 55.74 per 10 kg. We moved below the price levels of last year, with volumes coming in a slightly higher level. I however think that the average price will stay sideways over the next 2 months, mostly due to these higher supply levels that we are seeing, and don't think we will necessarily see the price levels that we saw last year when we moved past the 100 rand mark in October. Load shedding and production conditions will definitely play a crucial part in where these prices will go. The tomato price decreased as expected and averaged on 17.56 rand per kilogram last week. This price is now 106% higher than a year ago and is due to 30% lower volumes on the markets year on year. Difficult production conditions limited supplies to the markets, resulting in these high prices. I however still think that volumes will increase significantly during May and June, and that it can result in a downward trending price from now at least until August. The average carrot price decreased by 14% last week to 6.39 rand per kilogram, and like tomatoes, I still think that we might see significantly lower prices from now until the end of July at least. And the latest onion price decreased to 85.84 rand per 10 kg the past week, with the brown onion price trading on 85, red onions on 109 and white onions on 88 rand per 10 kg. All indications show that we will see higher volumes on the markets over the next 4 months, which could keep these prices around current levels until August. The average pepper price decreased to 11.78 rand per kilogram last week, while green pepper prices increased to 7.80 rand. Yellow peppers decreased to 16.86 rand, while red peppers traded 28% lower on 26.68 rand. I think that the price can stabilize around the current levels for now, or at least over the next 2 weeks, but we are expecting an upward trending price during June and July again. Zimmatic by Lindsay offers fully integrated solutions to improve your operations, including leading pivot irrigation systems and the world's only cloud-based remote irrigation management tool. For more information and special offers, especially during NAMPO at the moment, contact Tanya directly on 082-853-0265 and make sure to not miss their stall at NAMPO this year. For a journey of a lifetime, let Halfway Toyota Ottery help you find your first prize. For more information, contact their dealer principal and review them directly on 083-457-8057 and get the best price nationwide for the Toyota of your choice. Looking at other market prices, cabbage prices decreased to 3.95 rand, garlic prices increased to 67.61 rand, spinach prices decreased by 15% to 5.26 rand, sweet potato prices decreased to 4.99 rand, while pumpkin prices increased to 2.89 rand per kilogram. Moving over to the fruit markets, we saw the banana price increasing by 7% last week and traded on R7.89 per kilogram, which is about R142 per 18 kilogram box. Volumes increased by 17% week on week. We expect this price to stay in a downward trend during May, June and July, with more volumes expected on the markets. The latest apple and pear prices again stayed mostly sideways as was expected, with the apple price on R8.54 last week, while the latest pear price traded on R8.42 per kilogram. I think that both these prices can trend mostly sideways during the coming month again. The orange price increased by 4% to R5.54 the past week and is about 38% higher than a year ago. We are seeing about 7% lower volumes on the markets at the moment compared to last year. We are expecting volumes to stay on a higher level at least until August, which can keep the price below or around the R5 mark until then. The avo price increased by 2% to R13.09 per kilogram last week, while Viertuis traded higher on R16.70, Haas on R9.85 and Pinkertons on R11 per kilogram. We are still expecting avo prices to increase slightly during May and June, but the average price will most likely remain around the R15 mark over this period. The average table grape price decreased to R41.13, with volumes increasing by about 16% week on week. During May and June, it is likely that this price can trend higher towards the R50 mark again. At the moment, however, we are seeing about 113% higher volumes on the markets compared to last year, keeping the price about 24% lower year on year. The latest pineapple price traded 28% higher on R9.38, while the latest lemon price decreased to R4.61 per kilogram. These videos are made possible by John Deere, Halfway Toyota and Zimmatic by Lindsay. Feel free to visit our website at amtrends.co.za for more detailed reports, our latest prices and videos. I'm Dr. Johnny van der Merwe and thank you for watching.